It's nice to have a good old-fashioned ass kicking if you're a Golden State Warriors fan, and that's what they do. Like they did tonight, the Golden State Warriors victorious! And outside of a few moments in the second quarter, first half, it was close here and there, but there was never really any doubt what was going to happen in this game tonight. The final score, 131-118. It wasn't that close. Nearly everything went perfectly. Now let's break it down. I'm going to invite the audience in a little bit. Yeah, I honestly don't know what to complain about. I have nothing to complain about. I'm sure I'll find something. But regardless, let's have some fun. Because when the Warriors kick ass like they do there, you even had a Draymond Green hop, skip, frolic. What would you even call his little dance there? I love the fact that Draymond Green plays for my team. I can absolutely understand why other fan bases hate the ever-living shit out of him. But if you're a Warriors fan, you love your boy Dre. And this was a fun one. Let's get into it. Brought to you by FanDuel, the official sportsbook of the Golden Days and the Believe Network. This is the Golden Days. Woo! Let's go. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the program, everybody. My name is Cyrus Saatsaz. You can follow me on Threads and Instagram at DogWild. Over on Twitter, my handle is at SurfJournalist. The program on both those platforms at Golden Days Pod. Before we get into the nitty gritty, want to welcome everybody again. We're live to start the week. It's Monday. The Golden State Warriors victorious 131-118 to improve their season record to 3-1. Al Horford resting tonight. Again, he does not play back-to-backs, meaning they're saving him for tomorrow night because, yes, the Golden State Warriors have another back-to-back, and they're not going to be done with them after tomorrow. It's a brutal start to the season, but again, they play their cards borderline perfectly tonight. Horford's going to be playing tomorrow. I love what I see, man. There is a damn good reason to feel optimistic about your Golden State Warriors, and I'll explain why in just a second. Let's give some love to our sponsors first and foremost. And I want to give some love right off the bat to DeleteMe, an excellent application that's designed to protect you, whether the issue is your privacy, whether your issue is scrubbing and deleting a digital footprint, which may have gotten a little murky over the years. Look, none of us are perfect, but if you're applying for a job, all employers now, one of the first things they're doing when you apply, and make no mistake about it, this economy is sketch right now. So you need to make sure that your digital footprint is clean. You need to make sure that when employers are considering you for a job, that they don't dig up some old school dirt on you that makes you look bad. And that's what DeleteMe does for you. Data brokers make a profit off your data. Your data is a commodity. Anyone on the web can buy your private details. This can lead to identity theft, phishing attempts, and harassment. But now you can protect your privacy with DeleteMe. DeleteMe makes it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data online at a time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everybody vulnerable. So again, if you need their help, reach out. They are phenomenal. Take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for DeleteMe now at a special discount for our listeners. Get 20% off your DeleteMe plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/pro and use the promo code PRO at checkout for 20% off. It's the only way to get that discount. Go to joindeleteme.com/pro and use the promo code PRO, P-R-O. It's that simple at checkout. One more time for that 20% discount. That's joindeleteme.com/pro and make sure you use the promo code PRO at checkout. Today's episode also brought to you by FanDuel, the official sportsbook of Golden Days, and the Believe Network, which is a phenomenal podcast network. Side note, if you're looking for a library of fun, entertaining, informative content for all of your sports teams. We're lucky to be the representative for the Golden State Warriors on the network. And as I mentioned a moment ago, this is day one of a back-to-back for the Warriors. Tomorrow is one of those really late starts, in case you did not hear about that. The NBA is going to have some 8 p.m. tip-offs for NBA action, and that includes tomorrow when the Warriors host the LA Clippers at Chase Center. And right now, the bookies have this lined up for you very nicely if you're a Warriors fan and you're feeling good about the Warriors tomorrow, because the Warriors are underdogs at home against the Clippers. Al Horford's going to be playing. Jonathan Kuminga we're starting to see glimpses of the ceiling that he may hit. The potential is unbelievable, folks. If you're giddy about Kaminga like me, hooah! This is just a beautiful thing to monitor and keep track of. He ain't the only youngster doing well out there. It was wonderful to see Moses Moody lighting it up. I don't know if you saw the post-game interview with Kalena Azubuike. Kalena, in case you're unfamiliar, he's the color analyst for the Golden State Warriors on the TV side. And he starts off an interview with Moses Moody going, "Man, you were a perfect shooting night for you." And Moses Moody's like, it wasn't perfect, but it was good. And then you hear, I don't know if Kalena meant for this to be on the air or not, but you hear him just bitching to his producer going, "I need new stats. These are not the right stats." I don't know if you forgot to refresh. I don't know if you had a hard copy of the box score, but whatever he had for Moses Moody's stats and the stats in general, he had a box score. I want to check real fast and see if Moses Moody in the first half of this game was perfect, because if he was, then that explains what Kalena was doing. So Moses Moody in the first half of tonight's game, he didn't play that much in the first half. I thought he played more. He only played 9 minutes, 33 seconds, and only had one field goal attempt. It did go in, but that would represent 100% shooting. Nonetheless, I don't know what was going on there. It was comical. Moses Moody was not perfect shooting-wise, but he was unbelievable. He's one of many players we are going to focus on and discuss and break down in detail. An unbelievable night. My point is, the Warriors play the Clippers tomorrow. Insanely late start. Of course, we're going to go live right after for all your action. I'm going to see if Mark Haynes will be available to join you for at least a little bit, because we missed the I-80 crossover last week, and we might miss it again this week. That's what happens when the Warriors play on Tuesday nights. But I'm looking at FanDuel's website, the official FanDuel sportsbook, and the Warriors are underdogs. If you're a betting person, I'm a betting man, I'm feeling pretty good about the money line. I wish, again, it's a practical pick'em in terms of the spread. The Warriors, though, are 1 point underdogs. The Clippers incredibly favored by 1 to beat your Golden State Warriors tomorrow. The money line for the Warriors -104, for the Clippers -112. The OU for that one 224.5. And if you're a betting person like me, that Warriors money line looks like the best option available, and again, courtesy of FanDuel, which hopefully someday will be legal here in California, so I can actually enjoy the amazing app. I have been to other states where FanDuel is legal, and envy is the emotion that just permeates through my body, because all I'm thinking of is, look, yeah, us in California, we have the amazing weather, the social freedoms, if that resonates with you, but we don't have free gambling. And so these other states do have it, and FanDuel it's fun. I mean, if you're like me, and I hope you are in the sense that you're a responsible gambler, meaning you know your budget, you know your limits, have the time of your life playing with FanDuel. It is fun. By the way, Romar Hernandez in our chat saying, "I'm fine with the Warriors being underdogs." I hear you on that. Yeah, I mean, especially if you feel good about betting on your team. Even more so. Yeah. And look, you know how Steph and company love to feed off that hatred. They love to basically recycle negative energy and turn it into fuel on a basketball court, a la Michael Jordan and his dynasty in the 90s. So undoubtedly seeing themselves as underdogs against the Clippers tomorrow night, just some added fuel for the fire. So hopefully that'll resonate for your Golden State Warriors in terms of another victory tomorrow, so they can start the season 4-1. I feel good about that game tomorrow. We shall see, though. You never know. The Clippers are a daunting task for your Warriors, but nonetheless. And one last thing in terms of sponsors, before we get into it, the Golden Days merch store got updated last night. We have a whole bunch of new swag. Some of the swag I can proudly say I love, and I already have it ordered for myself in terms of samples. Mom, who I love you, and thank you so much for also ordering me some stuff that I can kind of model for the audience. Nonetheless, we've got a hat that is straight fire. We basically rolled out a whole bunch of new merch that is 50% or more cheaper than all the stuff we had up to date. And B, we designed 2 logos that are Warriors based. One is the We Believe team's logo that Warriors, that Thunder used to also rep, the old mascot. And then we got the city logo from the 60s and 70s of your Golden State Warriors. And we put that on some sick-looking hats, sick-looking beanies, hoodies, T-shirts, very reasonably priced. So with the holidays around the corner, we also have all the cool trinkets like mugs and all that. Go check it out. The merch store is available on our YouTube page, on the channel, and support the show. And at the same time, rep your Warriors with some pretty cool-looking gear. And yeah, so the merch store is up and running. 10% off if you use the promo code DAYS, just like Dazed and Confused. Chardal, I think Chardal expressed it about as perfectly as you can.
In reference to the Matthew McConaughey movie Dazed and Confused.
Exactly. So if you just type in DAZE.
Golden Days in reference to the Matthew McConaughey movie Dazed and Confused.
There you go. You get 10% off your order at checkout. So again, that's on our YouTube channel. The merch store, a lot of cool stuff. And forgive me for talking so much about that. The Golden State Warriors, again, victorious tonight, 131-118, the final. I wrote a lot of notes tonight, a lot of positive outcomes from this game. And our player of the game is going to have to be Jonathan Kuminga. Look, I hope I'm not jumping the gun feeling this way, but some years back, Joe Lake of the Warriors owner did an interview where he talked about his vision for the Golden State Warriors. And I think this was the genesis for the whole 2 timeline narrative and debates, and just the very the premise of 2 timelines, I think was birthed from this interview. But the vision made sense. Like, I remember hearing about this going, yeah, I like it. And what the Warriors were doing some years back, this was, I believe, following the 15-win season, they had an idea. And the idea was, let's replicate the San Antonio Spurs and what they did. The San Antonio Spurs had one of, if not the longest runs of any dynasty in NBA history. 5 championships, I believe, in 19 years. And a huge reason for that longevity of success came from the fact that the team drafted a player named Kawhi Leonard. Greg Popovich integrated this player, who ended up being their finals MVP for the 5th and final championship of that run. And it sounded very hyperbolic. It sounded very out there to insinuate and pretend that Jonathan Kuminga could be that guy, to take on that kind of role that Kawhi Leonard did to support Tim Duncan, Tony Parker. Side note, he's a dog with fleas, and there's a good reason why he's borderline banished from the NBA. In case you're unfamiliar, just Google Tony Parker and NBA player wife, and you'll get the whole story there. Nonetheless, I digress. And Manu Ginobili as well. And those 3 were aging like a fine wine, but still aging in that 5th and final championship run. And the Spurs needed a young Kawhi Leonard to emerge. And the idea of Jonathan Kuminga stepping in that role, to step in those shoes that Kawhi Leonard did for the Spurs back in 2014. Fast forward 12 years later, and the idea suddenly doesn't sound that crazy. Jonathan Kuminga, like the version we're seeing now, where he's happy, where he's taking on like an Andre Iguodala type role with the Warriors. He's facilitating. He's a pass first player out there. He's crashing the boards as well as anyone. And the scoring is starting to become highly efficient. He's just looking like a damn good player. His numbers tonight, he is our FanDuel player of the game because he went 9 of 14 from the field, 25 points, 10 rebounds. Those points and rebounds both led the team in 31 minutes, 33 seconds of play. A plus 15 in net rating. That's tied for third on the team in net rating. Draymond Green led the Warriors in that category. Steph and Brandin Podziemski each had a plus 17 for tied for second. And then Jonathan Kuminga third in net rating with a plus 15, 25 points, 10 boards, 4 assists, and a block. 3 of those 10 rebounds offensive. And if you actually watch the game, you understand why I'm as giddy as I am about this young man who turned 23 just a couple weeks ago. He's looking damn good. I don't know if Desi's asking me this in her chat. Do I think Kaminga is better than Curry or Jimmy Butler? No, that's a ridiculous question. Maybe you're chatting with someone else, but he's looking incredible out there. And the chemistry is borderline perfect. He's looking like a man. And the smiles, whew, Matt on, chef's kiss. To some beautiful basketball tonight. Look, the Memphis Grizzlies are not a joke. Are they an elite NBA team? No. But do they play in a Western Conference that's stacked? Are they going to be competing for a postseason berth in this stacked Western Conference? Do they have some all-stars on their team? Yes to all of that. And for the Warriors to pretty much from the start of this game just look like a team who's on a totally different plane of basketball quality existence, it speaks volumes. It really does. And Kaminga is our player of the game out of all the players who showed up tonight. So kudos to Jonathan Kuminga for an unbelievable night. If you own Jonathan Kuminga stock like I do, crow, yell to the skies, talk your shit to all those moronic haters who were poo-pooing him for years, not realizing that this potential did exist and all he needed was an opportunity. And it's unbelievable. He wasn't the only one playing spectacular basketball tonight. I want to give kudos to Brandin Podziemski as well. Steve Kerr started Brandin Podziemski tonight. Podziemski did not have a good start to the season. Had 3 assists total in 3 games. That's a stat I'm routinely monitoring. But at a bare minimum, you want him to score points. You want him to not turn the ball over. You want him to contribute in a positive manner. And he checked all the boxes tonight. He would be, I would say, our runner-up. Well, no, actually, maybe Moses Moody would be the runner-up. Maybe him and Moody would be tied for the runner-up for our player of the game honors tonight. But regardless, Podziemski's stat line is impressive. And while it wasn't perfect out there, there were a few possessions that still made you go, oh, God damn it. So he's not there yet. There were far more positives than negatives. And when you hear the box score for Podziemski's evening, 23 points, he was 5 of 7 shooting from deep. The assist number, again, he was averaging 1 a game through the first 3 games of the season. He had 6 tonight. Second on this team to Draymond Green's 10. That, to me, first and foremost, is what I'm looking for in terms of Podziemski contributing, in terms of Podziemski playing this a metaphorical connector role, that the word that we routinely hear Steve Kerr mention when he's talking about Podziemski. He's a point guard. That's who he is. He identifies as such. He played the position in college. He's out there largely because Steve Kerr wants a secondary ball handler besides Steph, who's also high IQ, who also brings toughness. And he played damn good basketball tonight. Brandin Podziemski on the evening, 23 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds. The 5 of 7 shooting from deep was massively huge. He was second on the team in net rating with a plus 17, added a steal. There were a couple of defensive possessions where he actually stayed in front of Ja Morant, one of the most difficult players on an opposing team to stop. And he did it. Not always, but he did it. So kudos to Brandin Podziemski. And then Moses Moody, who played his first game of the season. Was that Friday? Yeah, in Portland. Ugly first outing. He looked rusty. He did not look like he was in game shape. We saw an entirely different version of Moses Moody tonight. Do you like that the first three players I'm talking about are not your core veterans? That's a great sign for this Warriors team. And especially when you consider the fact that tomorrow against the Clippers, you're going to need Steph and Jimmy and company to play out of their minds to beat the LA Clippers with some help from the supporting cast. The supporting cast tonight carried the load and hopefully saved energy for those veterans, the aging veterans who are going to be feel a lot more pressure against the Clippers tomorrow with Kawhi Leonard, James Harden and company coming into town. Moses Moody, I think he made his first 4 3-pointers in this game. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, and I can actually figure it out right here, I believe, because at the end of the first half, it wasn't a good start to the game for Moses Moody. In the first half, he played 9 minutes, 33 seconds, only had 1 field goal attempt, and that was a 3-pointer that he made, and those were his only points. He was a minus 12 in net rating, did have a block, thankfully. His wingspan, side note, don't ever disregard that in terms of the impact that opposing players feel when Moses Moody is on the court. Dude has a wingspan longer than 7 feet. It shows routinely defensively. But then we go to the third quarter, and Moses Moody in that third quarter scored 12 points, was 3 of 4 shooting from deep, added a steal, added a block, was a +9 in net rating in that third quarter. He had 12 points again in quarter 3. And what he finishes with tonight, a solid stat line, just a solid night for Moses Moody. I love this kid personally. I imagine a lot of you do as well. If again, to me, the ideal lineup has him as your starting 2. If Al Horford's not playing, and he played great basketball tonight. 22 minutes, 8 seconds of play, finished 5 of 7 from deep. That 3-point stroke looked beautiful. Perfect 3 of 3 from the free throw line, added an assist, added 2 rebounds, 20 points for Moses Moody. So welcome back, Mr. Moody. The Warriors are going to need him this year, and that was a beautiful performance. Yes, true mentality, Moody. And on that note, I don't know why true mentality in our chat reminded me of this, but a good segue from Moses Moody to Draymond Green. And the reason why that made me think of Draymond Green is because in the third quarter of this game, Chase Center was dead. It was very disappointing. It was quiet. There was hardly any energy in the building. I heard a noise somewhere. And I was ready to go on social media and just call the fans out, being like, "What are you doing, man? Did you drink too much wine again? Did you guys fall asleep? Do you need to mix it up and chug a Red Bull and wake up? You wine and cheese snobbish crowd, which sadly at times does feel like it's the prevailing mood at Chase Center." Then Draymond Green does what he does, and Draymond picks up. And look, if you're old enough to remember 80s basketball, 90s basketball like me, if you're older than me and have memories of 70s basketball, the John Brisker days, the Rick Barry days, I don't know what the 60s were like in terms of physicality, but the NBA used to be pretty violent. And what Draymond Green did tonight to Santi Aldama was so PG rated, was so soft, that his reaction was very disappointing. The reaction from the head coach of the Grizzlies doing what he did, getting a technical, and look, he was standing up for his player, but there was such a reaction. Draymond Green did get a flagrant foul, all because he did not want Santi Aldama to score a bucket on a fast break. But Draymond Green, he commits a foul to Santi Aldama. The highlights out there, I will not do justice trying to paint the picture of how this play went down, but there was some contact to the head and neck area. It was very minor contact. Most of the contact was Draymond just trying to prevent Santi Aldama from hitting the ground too hard, and that's why I'm guessing it was not a flagrant 2. It was limited to a flagrant 1. But Draymond Green commits this foul. And the Grizzlies naturally overreact. Jaren Jackson, I don't know what he said, but Draymond didn't like it. And Draymond Green is at a position in life where he's very defensive about his identity and brand, and rightfully so, man, because a lot of people have villainized this man over the years. And that's a whole separate debate in terms of how deserved that is. But he kept telling Jaren Jackson, you could read his lips very clearly, shut the F up. Shut the F up. And he was giving Jaren Jackson looks like, I will kill you if you don't shut up. And the primary reason was Jaren Jackson and the Grizzlies coach, who I'm blanking on his name. I forgot the guy's name. I know he's an international dude. I'm checking to see if my box score has his name on it. It should. I thought head coaches were listed on these box scores. Anyways, whatever the guy's name is, Hans Gruber, I think is his name. I'm kidding. That's the villain from Die Hard. But Draymond was very on edge in terms of the Grizzlies trying to get him a flagrant 2, trying to get him kicked out, and so thankfully it was just a flagrant 1. And Salty Aldama gets 2 technical free throws, misses both. And Draymond Green is that guy that when you miss a free throw in a situation like that, yes, he is immediately without hesitation yelling, "Ball don't lie." And he started doing this hop skip kind of dance where he was like skipping on the court, or like right after the second of his free throw. If he was doing that on the road, it could have caused a riot if they were in another building. But because they're a Chase Center, the fans are embracing it, they're loving it. And it was just comedy. But I thought of the Moody comment because it woke the crowd up and it gave the Warriors momentum, and the lead really expanded after that. The Warriors never looked back. It was Draymond being Draymond. And my family loving the attention that True Mentality got from the Moody. Draymond Green finished the game thankfully again, leading the team in net rating. He finished with a plus 18 despite having just 7 points, but he did thankfully not get a triple single because he got 10 assists in this game, which led his Warriors. He did foul out at the end of the game, but who cares? The Warriors won, and that's all that matters. Fouling out is irrelevant in a situation like that. Added a steal, added 4 rebounds, and the only blemish on the night from Draymond Green, I thought, because I'm not calling that play a blemish at all, but I do look at the 4 turnovers, and it was one of those nights where he was very careless with the ball offensively. You know, you live with it. Unfortunately, him and Steph, they have nights where they just want to be flashy, and they want. And I don't think flashy is the right word. They're just having fun out there, and good for them. I know the turnovers can be cringy, but nonetheless, they won. It doesn't matter. And Draymond Green, fantastic night from him. Again, waking up that crowd, and certainly sticking a craw into the Memphis Grizzlies, who clearly did not like the antics from Draymond Green. But I like that. But of all the frivolities there and the drama, I will not forget him like just being dead serious to Jaren Jackson. Like, I did think there was potentially a fight there. Like, if Jaren Jackson kept it going, there would have been an altercation. And Draymond was dead serious on that. And Jaren Jackson, I think wisely, did not push the matter any further than that. Anyways, the chat's in his own world right now. So the Golden State Warriors, a couple other players of note to point out, and we'll try to play some sound. If it comes down quickly, we'll bring the audience on. That's our show for the evening. I want to mention Jimmy Butler in this game, who played 31 minutes, 22 seconds, scored 20 points, a quiet 20. He was 6 of 8 from the free throw line. I think it's safe to say the bet with him and Steph Curry for who's going to have the highest free throw percentage at the end of the season, it's pretty much over already. Draymond Green will collect on that bet, whatever it is they wagered. I'm dying to know what the wager is. Like, is it bottles of wine? I mean, Draymond Green is just giddy about Jimmy Butler's wine collection. Draymond Green, who loves following in the footsteps of his buddy LeBron James in terms of interests and passion. LeBron James has become a wino, so Draymond Green soon thereafter becomes a wino. Nonetheless, I think Draymond Green is already 4 games into the regular season a safe winner in that bet. But Jimmy Butler, despite being 6 of 8 from the free throw line, added 5 rebounds, added 5 assists, a very unnatural by his standards 5 turnovers. Jimmy Butler is not notorious for being reckless with the ball. He was a little sloppy tonight. Part of that was the Memphis defense just being aggressive, handsy, getting in there. But 20 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, and 5 turnovers for Jimmy Butler, who was a perfect 2 of 2 from the three-point line. And I remember at least one of those threes being set up beautifully by Jonathan Kuminga, who, again, the poise, the leadership out there. Jonathan Kuminga is literally directing traffic offensively, like holding the ball, palming it in one hand, pointing with the other hand, directing his players, telling him where to go. We're starting to see what the ceiling could be for this kid. And that ceiling, we're talking cathedral type heights in terms of what we may end up looking at for the finished product with Kaminga, who looked spectacular tonight. And I remember that pass to Jimmy Butler very vividly. It was beautiful. It was just beautiful basketball from the Warriors consistently. I cannot finish up this segment in terms of stats without giving love to Stephen Curry, obviously Wardell, who tonight was using his gravity more than usual, setting up his teammates. Not a bad night by any means for Steph. Just kind of quiet. 16 points for Wardell. He was 4 of 9 shooting from deep. I felt like every one of those threes, though, came at a perfect time to quell one of the Grizzlies' runs, to start building a lead for the Warriors. 5 of 11 from the field for Steph. He had 1 trip to the free throw line, made both his free throws, added 4 rebounds, added 3 assists in this game, and had just 1 turnover. Steph and Podziemski, both a plus 17 in net rating tonight, second to Draymond Green's plus 18, and Steph finishing with 16 points on the evening. Let me check and see if any sound has come down on my social media feed. I have a specially catered feed with all the individuals who publish multimedia clips after Warriors games, so it can hopefully have some sound for you folks during these live broadcasts. Oh, and I see something from Stephen Curry already. Steph talking about balanced scoring. This is courtesy of Sam Gordon of the San Francisco Chronicle, who again is going to join us later this week. It just occurred to me I also need to text Mark Jones. Damn it. He's going to get a late text from me tonight. Oh, and this Stephen Curry soundbite courtesy of NBC Sports Bay Area. Thankfully, actually, they did something that I can give them praise for, not criticize. And hopefully the audio will be good as well. And while we're listening to the soundbite, I will publish the link in our chat. If anyone wants to join the show, if they have any takes, I do have a lot of notes that I wrote down I'll get to in just a little bit. But for this particular moment, let's listen to Stephen Curry talk about the young players on his team who really took the pressure off the veterans so that hopefully they have a lot of energy for tomorrow night's second of a back-to-back. That's an 8 p.m. tip at Chase Center. The Warriors hosting the LA Clippers. And here is Stephen Curry after tonight's win by the Warriors, a 13-point win. They improved to 3-1. And here is Stephen, the greatest shooter ever, Curry.
It's huge. Like, it's you got me, Draymond, Jimmy, trying to be the anchors. But when you have JK playing the way he has to start the year, BP starting to, figure out his spots and his confidence and keeping, things simple. Now that you got Mo back, you got another guy that can space the floor, knock down shots. Will coming in, change the game defensively for us, cutting off the ball. Like, everybody has value, and we need everybody to contribute on a night-to-night basis. And if it's not your night, stat-wise, like whether you play 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is, come with the right energy because we feed off of that.
There we go. Stephen Curry giving praise to his youngsters. And I want to bring Bad Ombre. I'm so glad Brad Ombre is our first guest up, because Brad Ombre, I saw you write something in the YouTube chat the other day. My apologies for not acknowledging it. I did see it though, where you mentioned spamming the 95.7 The Game chat, praising our show. Thank you for the support, Ombre. Great to see you here. How are you feeling? Your thoughts following tonight's victory for the Golden State Warriors, 131-118.
Thanks for bringing me up. Yeah, I got to show the show love, because those guys over there, they don't really understand basketball. They just repeat what they read on Twitter.
Bravo. Where's my applause? You deserve an applause for that. If I can find it, there it is.
Thank you.
What's on your mind, Ombre?
Cyrus.
Yes,
I'm going to say something, and it's going to be very unpopular.
You're
No. Just bear with me.
I'm kidding. Yeah, go ahead. Good. I'm bearing.
If they run if this team runs their offense through JK, they're winning the championship.
Ooh.
There's no disrespect to Steph, but he is 37 years old. You run the offense through JK, and that's going to save Steph's legs. Granted, he's doing great now, but this is October. We want Steph to be Steph in April, May, and June. Run the offense through JK. Steph is still going to get his. He's still the greatest shooter on the planet. But run the offense through that kid. And Cyrus, this is the unpopular part. Okay?
I don't think it's unpopular at all. I mean, so far the chat's
No.
You're good.
Here's another thing I want to say, because I didn't want to believe this myself. So I've been watching a lot of videos. I've been watching the NBA for a long time. And I was trying to think of who JK reminded me of. And it just hit me yesterday.
Ooh,
right now, this is going to be very unpopular. But right now, he reminds me of Jordan at UNC.
Why would that be unpopular? You're on the wrong show in terms of thinking what's popular or unpopular. This show, that's not going to be unpopular. You're right. If you were on one of the other post-game shows tonight, it might be an unpopular opinion, but you're in friendly territory here, Ombre. I don't hate that comp at all. I don't know if it's accurate, but
Cyrus, I'm telling you, with the athleticism and the things that Jordan was doing at UNC, with the athleticism, that's JK. And JK is showing us things we've never seen before, Cy. That dunk against the Lakers when he started with the right and finished with the left. And that dunk tonight when he started with the left and finished with the... We never seen that before, man. We haven't.
Let me know what you think about this take of mine real fast. I'd love to get your reaction to it. To me, what we're seeing with Kaminga, and I think Steve Kerr alluded to this recently, but just to piggyback off that and add something to it, Steve Kerr the other day said he thinks the game's starting to slow down for Kaminga, which I agree with. But to add to that, what I'm seeing with Kaminga this year is the game looks easy to him, right? Like every time he has the ball in his hands, there's nothing that I'm sensing which indicates stress, which indicates indecisiveness. He looks calm. He looks poised. He looks confident, decisive. It just looks like things are clicking. And I'm happy, man. I am.
The only reason why I don't want to accept that 100% is because I think it's always been there. But the difference was he had Anthony Lamb taking his minutes and Ty Jerome. I'm saying you let this kid ball, you run the offense through him, let Steph still get his. They're winning the championship. Let's be honest, the reason why this offense worked before is because they had Klay Thompson. Mm-hmm. And that's no disrespect to Steph, but Klay was bringing people to him so Steph could get off a lot of those shots. There is no more Klay Thompson on this team. Pods is not Klay Thompson. I mean, even though in Steve Kerr's mind he is, but he's not. And I said in the chat, Ryan Rollins remember him? He's actually better than Pods, and he's a pure point guard. If we had
who's playing for the Bucks right now, at least entering today's action, was second in the NBA behind Ozzer Thompson of the Pistons. I think you're all familiar with him and his twin brother Amen. It was, I think, Ozzer Thompson and Derek White of the Celtics lead the NBA in deflections with 16. Ryan Rollins second with 15. His defense is at a whole other level. And I'm with you if what you're trying to say is the Warriors are missing Ryan Rollins right now.
You let him bring the ball up the court. You got a better defender. Yeah. And you take the pressure off Steph to save those legs for June. We need Steph for June. It might look good now, but we're thinking about June. Our goal is the championship, not a play-in. So I'm going to admit it. I was wrong. I thought this was a play-in team. But I'm thinking they can win a championship.
Good. Yeah,
I'm thinking championship. But again, if Steve Kerr doesn't go with this, it doesn't feel right. We have to do this. We have to do that. That's when it gets messed up. That's the only thing that's going to stop us from winning the championship this year is Steve Kerr. And my phone is getting ready to die, so I'm going to drop off, grab my charger, and listen. But thanks for letting me come up, man.
Anytime, Ombre.
Okay.
And you were fantastic. You came in, you brought the heat, you delivered a 3 innings of shutout ball, and off you go. By the way, Tracy... what's your last name? I'm trying to figure that out. There's a McKendall, Trace McKendall, a relatively new Golden Dazer. Strongly appreciate the support and espousing an opinion, which I wholeheartily agree with, writing that Kaminga's playing with confidence because Jimmy Butler is giving him the go ahead and Jimmy is now his coach. And I don't know if you folks remember when Chris Paul was here 2 seasons ago. Weird season of Warriors basketball. That never made sense to begin with, but it happened. But Chris Paul, in case you forgot, was a great mentor to the young players like Kaminga and Moody. Like, I don't know what they would have done that season if Chris Paul wasn't there giving them some guidance. There were a lot of reports, and I heard this behind the scenes as well, that Chris was kind of taking these youngsters under his wing a bit in terms of just giving them advice, mentorship. That's what young players need in the NBA. You often the story's limitless in terms of young players who come on teams that are rudderless, that don't have veterans offering guidance. And these young players usually just end up going in a very wrong direction in life and never fulfill their potential. And with the Warriors, Tracy, I agree with you. The Jimmy Butler influence here, because he's far more of an outsider than Steph and Dre. So I don't think Steve Kerr can be as comfortable just doing whatever the hell he wants when Jimmy Butler is factored into the equation as a wild variable here. And Jimmy is so enamored with Kaminga that he has taken him under his wing. He is providing the mentorship. And do you remember that rhetoric that was very strong, that lasted all summer, that lasted the end of last year? And suddenly that rhetoric, it just went poof. And that rhetoric was Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Jonathan Kuminga cannot play together. Do you remember that utter bullshit that was being spewed all over the place by just folks who have no effing clue what the hell they're talking about? These three are starting games together now. These three look unbelievable together now. And the net rating again for these three who started the game together, who played a lot of minutes together, plus 18, plus 15, plus 8. And a lot of it, again, I did the research on these net rating figures that people were citing in terms of an argument against those three playing together last year. And my rebuttal was always, well, have you actually taken a look at the other two guys who's out there? Because I think those three last year together, they played 38 minutes collectively, and they were a minus 26. But when you added Steph and Curry into the equation, Steph played 23 of those 38 minutes with those guys. And with that foursome, were a minus 11. And then when the fifth player was Brandin Podziemski, it became a plus 2. So much of it depended on who you're surrounding those three players with. Never mind the fact that now you have Jimmy Butler embracing Kaminga almost like a pupil, and Kaminga himself is matured and grown. I mean, he busted his ass this offseason in terms of working out and just developing his game and conditioning, and you're seeing the rewards now. So, the Jimmy Butler part of this is massive. Let me see if there's any other sound real quick before we bring Naveen on the show. We heard from Stephen Curry already. who talked about a couple of the youngsters. Oh, here's another soundbite from Steph. So Steph just went right to the podium after this game is the gist that I'm getting. And good for him. Usually he does that when he's feeling good about things. So here's Steph just talking about the lineups. I don't know what this is about. This is courtesy of KNBR, and their sound is usually very good, which makes me happy because the audience will hear everything he says without having to turn the volume up. So let's hear what this is about. This is Steph reportedly excited about the discussion of different lineups on the Warriors. Here is Wardell.
You guys played tonight. You played a couple of exotic lineups. I think at least one with Guy at center. And we saw earlier this year you played with two bigs. How would you just describe the different ways you can attack teams?
Is that because he's Brazilian?
Intriguing lineups, unconventional lineups.
What was the question?
Dude, I love his authenticity, man. I'm glad we played that clip. That was Danny Emmerman asking the question of the San Francisco Standard. But a name was uttered in that brief moment there. And it's a name that I think deserves some attention. And that's Guy Santos, a.k.a. Gooey Santos, as Desario, who's going to be joining us in a little bit. I see him in the green room waiting. Quentin Post had a much better game tonight than he did against Portland. And I bring his name up because the Warriors starting lineup tonight, they went with the small ball lineup. Side note, it ain't Hobbit ball when Jimmy, Kaminga, and Dre are there together alongside Podziemski and Steph in the backcourt. That's not Hobbit ball, all right? That isn't a lineup with 3 or 4 guards. You've got forwards in there, you got wings in there, and you got damn big boys like men as wings in there. So I me personally, I can live with a lineup like that, especially starting with it. But Quentin Post was one of the first players who came off the bench. Al Horford was off tonight because, again, he's not playing back-to-backs, and the coaching staff, in my opinion, wisely opted to rest Horford tonight, play him tomorrow at home against the Clippers. So Quentin Post comes off the bench. And Quentin Post did not have a game that, at least from a box score, you're going to write home about. 1 of 4 from the field, and 3 of those 4 field goal attempts were 3-point attempts. He missed all of those. I think his 1 bucket was a dunk. He did have 4 rebounds. He did have 2 assists. But he had 2 blocks in this game, and one of those blocks was a momentum shifter. And if I remember that play correctly, I think Kaminga was in the mix as well, getting his hands in there. I can have a lot of notes I'm going to get to in a little bit. But I bring his name up because, you know, he was better than the last game. He was good enough to make a defensive impact. And then we saw some minutes from Trayce Jackson-Davis tonight. So Quentin Post played 13 minutes, 18 seconds. Trayce Jackson-Davis got a run, 6 minutes, 50 seconds. And Trayce Jackson-Davis also had a so-so game. He's having difficulties finishing clearly. That's a part of his game that I hope the coaching staff is putting some time into in terms of developing that aspect of his game. Like, he just struggles finishing, whether it's layups, whether it's dunks. He needs work in terms of just stuffing that damn ball into the hoop. But defensively, I thought he did okay. He had 1 rebound in this game. Trayce Jackson-Davis finished with 2 points. Those 2 points came off 2 free throw attempts. He thankfully made both of those. He added a steal. I don't think either of those players had a bad night. But then again, Memphis is not an elite Western Conference team. But I bring those 2 up because Al Horford is undoubtedly the starting center when he's available. Al Horford is undoubtedly going to be playing a key role for this team when the postseason comes around, and hopefully the Warriors are well in the mix at that point. And there's this, maybe it's not a big discussion, but I'm guessing it's on a lot of people's minds. And the question that I'm referring to is, who do you play when Al Horford's not available, right? Or even when he's resting? Who is your backup big? Because so far, Quentin Post and Trayce Jackson-Davis, they're not blowing anybody away. And this idea may sound crazy to a lot of you folks. If we're going to piggyback off Bad Hombre's unpopular opinions, here's one that might be very unpopular, but I feel good about it. Take that for what it's worth. And I feel confident in saying this. I think Guy Santos should be your backup center. I think Guy Santos should be your small ball 5. He's not a tiny dude. He is 6'7", and I'm not sitting here saying Guy Santos should be matched up against elite bigs for pivotal minutes of a game. But for 15, 20 minutes a night, and you're running with your backup unit, with the energy he brings, with the spacing he brings, because he can't hit three-pointers. And Guy Santos, for the evening in this game, he played, where is he? There he is. 6 minutes, 20 seconds, 3 points, and those 3 points came from a three-pointer that he made, added a rebound. He's not somebody who's routinely lights up the box score, did grab a steal, but his energy is infectious. And he just hustles every single effing play. I also don't see any negatives with his game. I'm not sitting here saying he's like a future all-star, but I'm also sitting here saying, what part of his game are you going to criticize exactly? He's not a bad outside shooter. He's not a bad ball handler. He's not a bad rebounder. He's not a bad passer. I mean, he's a good basketball player. And in my humble opinion, I think Guy Santos should be ahead of Quinton Post and Moses. And I'm sorry. And I think, let me start this over. I think Guy Santos should be ahead of Quinton Post and Trace Jackson Davis in the rotation. I love him. Like, I want more minutes for this guy. And those 6 minutes, 20 seconds he played tonight were awesome. I just want more Guy. That's all I'm trying to say. Naveen, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Hey, Sai. Good. How are you? Always good after a win.
Always. Exactly, dude. Exactly. How's Texas treating you?
Yeah, it's good. Like weather cooled down a little bit here in the past.
Congratulations.
Like,
That's a big deal. That is a big deal in Texas. What's on your mind, sir?
Yeah, so I felt very good like this game. I really felt like maybe Steve should have taken out Curry a little bit more. I mean, early. Steph. I thought he left him like 2-3 minutes over at least. But yeah, overall a good game. JK, he's really improving. I feel like with the confidence he's getting, I think with that confidence he's opening up himself. I can say that. Like I don't know what happened over this summer, all this contract bullshit and stuff. But apart from that, I think whatever he did or whomever he was working with, either like because of Jimmy's mentorship or whatever, I can really see that he is decisive. More than anything, he is decisive. Like it is visible compared to like previous years. So, and whenever Steph is on the floor, he's looking for Steph. If not, he's looking for others to pass or going to the basket. I mean, it is completely visible. I'm really happy with JK and Moses Moody. We really want him. Imagine all these folks out there like Jimmy, JK, Moody, either Dre or Al, and then Steph. Like that will be apart from the center length, everything like the length will be like good, and everyone is a good defender. It will be like a very good lineup, and I really hope Steve brings pods on from the bench. I mean, Moses should start. Like if
I agree with you
after
on
like
that.
a couple of games, he should be starting.
Part of me thinks a huge reason why Podziemski even started tonight is because Steve Kerr recognized that this kid's confidence could be on shaky ground, and he has to get a rhythm going with this guy, and starting him, surrounding him with talent versus bringing him off the bench and forcing him to be more of a leader as opposed to being a role player with the starters would help him. And it did. It worked. But I'm also totally with you in that, like, okay, so we have to coddle this guy in order to get the best out of him. Like he's an NBA basketball player. He should be able to handle whatever role and minutes he's given. Just same expectations as Moody, as Kaminga.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think the ideal starting five for this team includes Moses Moody as your starting two.
Exactly. And also, anyway, Pods plays a lot with Jimmy's minutes. So even the previous season, he made himself, I mean, at least the second part of the regular season, he was good playing with Jimmy. So anyway, Jimmy plays with the bench unit. So
Yeah,
I think it helps. And
Yeah.
also, one more thing I observed, this play is working a lot, which I want to bring it up. This pick and roll with Steph Curry, JK's pick and roll, it is looking beautiful out there.
It
Either
does.
he is scoring or letting others score, like he is passing it. It is very good. Actually, they should go, I mean, they should rely on it more.
The way you said it is very good was awesome, dude. You say that over and over again, and you'll make me happy. By the way, Urquita's family in the chat saying LC Cryer would be a better backup point guard. I highlight that mainly because Cryer will hopefully be a guest on the program next week. I don't know if anyone has any updates on his role with. I don't think Santa Cruz has started playing yet. I don't think G League basketball has resumed. I have not done my research on that. I'm looking it up right now, but. Is it LC, right? Do I have the name correct? Please forgive me. Or did I butcher that?
LJ Cryer.
What is it?
LJ.
It's LJ Cryer?
Yeah.
Okay, well, LJ Cryer. Yeah, stay tuned because I've been speaking with his agent and it's looking positive. Like we'll get him on the show. I loved what we saw out of this kid in the preseason.
Yeah.
You can't teach that mentality, right?
Exactly.
Like someone who's strong-minded like that. That's a natural thing. Either you have it or you don't. And the balls on this kid to just go up there and pull up for those threes in these pivotal moments, man, as a rookie undrafted. I loved it. I loved it. So we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah, also I want to bring it up one more thing. Like other person who came in before me, he was making comparisons, right? I don't know about comparing with, I mean, those other players. But if you ask me to compare, I'll compare him with the Jimmy. He
Who,
can do
Kaminga?
everything what Jimmy does, but I mean, Jimmy has little bit less athleticism compared to JK, but everything else he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more. But if he can slow it down to himself, like Jimmy dragged all those Miami teams to finals with little bit like one or two shooters out there.
Yes,
what
sir.
what JK can do with Steph and others, like it is. I mean, future is really. I mean, his future is really bright. I mean, I can see that. All I'm hoping is, if not for All-Star, get him to some all-defense team this year. Let's see what next year holds for him.
Sounds good. You sound happy, and I don't blame you.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, if it is a loss, it will be a depressed night to go to sleep. But if it is a win, you know.
Well, we got a back-to-back, and if they win tomorrow, I'm gonna feel damn good, man.
I really hope this. Whenever Clippers players, this that person Kawhi, that the Kawhi goes like almost 8 of 10 or something like that. He shoots like crazy, and Zubac will literally. I'm gonna feel like he'll take 20 minimum tomorrow, at least 20-25 points at least. I mean, I really hope Kawhi don't shoot like over 60-70%.
And some people in the chat, by the way, were saying when I mentioned Guy Santos as
You
the
mean
backup
Gui?
center. Don't forget, like Guy Santos is 6'7", 6'8" with shoes on. That's taller than your lineup that you have like tonight. Your starting lineup, he'd be the biggest player out there.
No,
I don't think it's as crazy of an idea as some of you folks think. I want Guy Santos to have a bigger role in this team because I think a good outcome would result from that. I think. I don't know. I love Guy Santos. Naveen, any final thoughts?
No, I hope this momentum goes because if we play Clippers, I think this week we have Bucks and Pacers. If tomorrow goes well, I hope this week like we can clear all four. I think. I mean, with today, I hope they'll take all four of them, like moving 3 of them.
Naveen, have a great night, brother.
Yep.
I think he's joining us from Dallas, Texas, by the way, too. So late evening out there, 12:45 Central Time in Dallas. And I don't know if our audience is predominantly California based, but we do have a lot of people from across the country, internationally, who join us. I look at the data regularly, and I think it's something like 65% of our audience is Northern California. That leaves like 35% all over the place. Like we have Australians. We have people from the Philippines, England. It's awesome, man. It's a joy that we have people from all over the place joining this program. Let's hear from and real quick, I wanted to finish up with the Dallas thing. You don't learn this unless you live in Dallas. I didn't know this until I spent Texas. I lived in Texas for 2 years, and it wasn't until I lived there that I realized the folks in Dallas are are what's the kind way to put this that's also accurate? Everyone else in Texas thinks folks in Dallas are snobs. Folks in Dallas and folks in Houston hate each other. And the people in Dallas do think they're better than everyone else. It's an interesting little cultural dichotomy is what I'm trying to say in that huge state of Texas. Let's hear from Stephen Curry again. He clearly spoke to the media at length tonight. And then Alan Day is going to join us in just a second. Stephen Curry, this is courtesy of 95.7 The Game, the official flagship radio station of your Golden State Warriors, which also unfortunately means the sound quality will likely not be good because, again, for whatever reason, these folks are not plugging the microphone into the mixer in the interview room at Chase Center. So you're getting cell phone audio for this. Turn the volume up, please, if you want to hear Stephen Curry. Apparently, some of the players are calling him Unk. And let's hear from Steph. I don't know if we're going to get comedy or just a straight shooter type answer, but Steph, does he like being called Unk? Is that what they're calling him now? This is courtesy of 95.7 The Game. And again, turn the volume up on your devices because typically the levels are pretty low from the radio station.
Kind of a follow-up to what Slater just asked. When it comes to the guy 25, 23, 20 between the three guys, that Moses, Kaminga, and of course Podziemski tonight, is that how you sustain success throughout the season, given the age of the age difference in the team, but then how you sustain being able to stay out there and win throughout the season?
Yeah, I mean, especially just, again, how we play. There's not a lot of iso ball in our offense, and so you have to have guys that have confidence that if, possession says it's your turn to finish, that, they're able to, make plays. There will be games when, all of the unks are out, and they're going to have to step up, so you want to be able to fill that gas tank as well, so it is huge.
So you are unks now? Is that how you guys are being referred to in the locker room?
I'll lean into it for right now.
Steph.
Kind of a follow-up.
Oops. All right. So there you go. So that was a bit in jest. Stephen Curry and the other unks on the team. I'm guessing Dre and Jimmy Butler and Al Horford are the other unks on this Golden State Warriors roster. Let's also hear from Steve Kerr. I do want to say this. Oh, we're going to hear from Jonathan Kuminga as well, but I want to play this Steve Kerr soundbite and add something I noticed, which I loved, which is Steve Kerr, better late than never. All right. And I'm trying to be positive with all this because I know I've developed a reputation as a Kerr hater, even though I do not hate Steve Kerr. He's the head coach of a basketball team. For whatever reason here in San Francisco, the media types get attached to individuals and don't criticize them when it's warranted. And I criticize Steve Kerr's personnel decisions at time. I just don't agree with them. And doesn't mean I hate the man. But and especially his treatment of the youngsters. I bring all this up because what I saw tonight, especially going into halftime, was Steve Kerr starting to be tender toward his potential young star, like being nurturing, like the type of warmth I've been waiting 4 years to see from Steve Kerr. We saw some of it the rookie season, right? When there were no expectations, when there was no pressure. He's a rookie, like no one cares about the minutes and usage at that point when the team's in the middle of a championship run. But what we saw from years 2 through 4 were egregious. And this year, it's just a relief to see Kerr embrace this young man and finally start to, say all the right things, play him the proper amount of minutes. It's a relief. It really is to see this. Just better late than ever, right? And let's hear from Kerr. Talk about Jonathan Kuminga, because again, thank goodness, right? I mean, it's insane what's been going on the previous 3 years, and there is a change in attitude from the head coach. This is courtesy of Sam Gordon of the San Francisco Chronicle, who again is going to join us Friday of this week. And side note, speaking of guests, coming up, Shea Serrano will join us on Thursday this week, and maybe Mark Jones tomorrow or Wednesday. Jam-packed week of content here on Golden Days, and that's on top of all the post-game shows. Anyways, here is Steve Kerr talking about his burgeoning young forward Jonathan Kuminga.
32 rebounds for Kaminga in 4 games. How important is that?
JK has been fantastic. It just feels like he's found his spot with this group. Playing with Jimmy and Dre on the front line, and we just feel like he's the way he's rebounding, the way he's attacking the rim. That's what makes him special, like his athleticism, his force, and when he's playing to that talent, to that ability, it changes our team and it changes his game. So he's been great.
Steve, Moses had those back-to-back threes there, kind of,
I think I'll say just the commitment of just doing it, no matter what.
Oh, I wasn't expecting Kaminga also to be in this clip. Sam, I guess, mixed these two together. Well, there's another. I saw Kaminga talking. Forgive me for that. Let me stop sharing my screen there for a moment, because there is another source of audio for Kaminga that's going to be better than that, and this is courtesy of KNBR Radio again, who, unlike their rivals 95.7 The Game, they actually know how to use a mixer, and they plug microphones into it so the audience can actually hear these people talk. So here is Jonathan Kuminga talking about the rebounding in his game. And again, just a reminder in terms of the box score tonight, Jonathan Kuminga leading his team in rebounding. I believe he's done so in 3 of the first 4 games of this season. He is the leading rebounder on the year statistically. I'll look that number up more specifically in a moment, but 10 boards tonight to go with 25 points and 4 assists. Jonathan Kuminga, our player of the game, also was on I believe he had hit 9 free throws in a row before finally missing the 10th, the streak that started last game. Kuminga was 7 of 8 from the free throw line. And here is Jonathan Kuminga. Sorry about that. Let me clear up my screen for a second here. Talking about his emphasis on the boards. And again, the audio should be good here. So let's sit back and enjoy our player of the game. And no, I saw someone in the chat say that I actually hate Steve Kerr. No, hate's a very strong word. Just because I strongly disagree with how he used Kaminga, Moody, and some of the other youngsters, and some of his personnel decisions in general, does not mean I personally have any feelings toward him. But look, the man makes $18 million a year. I will criticize someone in his position of power when he's making mistakes. And that's that. Here is Kaminga.
Just going out there, chasing those rebounds and, wherever they go, those rebounds, some of those, help win games. So just having a mindset, from the beginning, it's something that, I'm trying to have, going throughout the year and just throughout my career, just working on finding those balls and just rebounding and just, and I think I just enjoy doing it,
Kerr actually kind of spoke about that. Steve Kerr, head coach Kerr, spoke about that, saying how when you just want to go out there and do it using your athleticism to get rebounds, to get baskets, to get the ball up the floor, it kind of helps this team, that you found a place in this team so that you can play within like your game. What did it take for that to happen? Did it take conversations with the players? Did it take just being out there on the floor for a significant amount of time? What helped you kind of to settle into that place Steve Kerr is talking about?
It's just one of those aspects of my game that I think I just needed to work on and just to improve on. And just going throughout the summer, I sat down, and really thought about what can I add on my game that's not scoring, that's not just playing defense, or, just how can I impact winning. And I think just adding a rebounding mindset, I think, is just a big part of what I just had to go through the summer and just think about it and just, just trying to apply as much as I can. Some nights I probably won't grab some, but just having a mindset of just crashing every time, just going out there. Even if I don't get those, my presence will help somebody else grab those rebounds. So I think it's just something I've been thinking about, and, I think I'm doing pretty well so far. And, there's just only way to go and just keeping up that same, that same work.
I could tell you this as a fact, in terms of what I heard behind the scenes directly from his camp. The rebounding thing started in terms of a point of emphasis for Kaminga late last year. This is something that he really started to focus on in terms of an aspect of his game that he wanted to excel at, contribute to the team for. And it's good to see the results now showing this year. Kaminga on the season, in terms of rebounding, I want to list off to you the team leaders for the Golden State Warriors. Now, granted, this is just 4 games, but still, and this is actually, I'm sorry, these stats don't reflect tonight when Kaminga grabbed 10 rebounds, but Kaminga was already leading the team in rebounding, averaging 7.3 boards per game. Draymond second, averaging 6 rebounds per game. Brandin Podziemski third on the team, averaging 5.0 rebounds per game. And then Steph and Jimmy Butler rounding out the top 5, averaging, 4.3 rebounds per game. So there you go. Alan Day, I appreciate you waiting. Welcome to the program. How are you doing?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Si?
Oh, I'm loving this, man.
Man, what a good win, man. I'm glad you played that clip of JK before I jumped on because it made my point, one of the points that I was calling. I want to speak to the slime balls out there, Si, who's taking the credit from him and giving the credit to Kerr and Jimmy Butler, all of these guys who's supposed to have been the key to unlock Jonathan Kuminga in this rebounding approach. And I just want to speak to these slime balls. I want them to know that this dude is one of the most athletic. He's probably the most athletic player in the NBA. And when you're that gifted athletically, you can do whatever the hell you want to do on the court.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's a mind thing with him. Like we're seeing it already with his passing game. You think he just developed that overnight? No, he's the most athletically gifted player in the NBA. Like passing the ball is nothing for him. And if Michael Jordan wanted to be the best passer of all time, he could have done it. You know?
Yeah.
Like some guys have it. He has it. He has everything that you can possibly have.
Alan, just sorry to interrupt you for a second there, but Will Chamberlain, I think, is the poster child for someone who can, if they want to, just dominate that stat. Will Chamberlain, for people who don't know, led the NBA one season in assists just because he wanted to do it. So the truly dominant forces in the NBA can do pretty much whatever they want.
It's so frustrating because it kind of reminds me of the other slime boss who just says Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. No, he's one of the greatest players of all time.
Well, both.
You know, when you just
both.
Yeah,
Can you say both?
But no. I don't even want to say it because again, by just singling out his shooting ability, it takes away from his overall game. So I don't even mention it. Like Steph Curry he's, in my opinion, he's a top 5 to 7 player in the NBA. And you can't be that by simply being the greatest shooter. You got to have you got to have levels to your game. And Steph Curry, to me, he has levels.
Yes,
you know what I mean? He has a 3-layer game. Like it was one season during the glory years where he was like top 3 in effective field goal percentage in the paint amongst forwards.
I do.
You know?
Yeah.
So I don't like that. And so and then it comes back to JK. Like JK, he's doing his thing, and I really like what I'm seeing from him. One of the first caller, I think he mentioned that he compared JK to UNC Jordan. I like that, but I always
like it too. Yeah.
but you know what? But for me, he reminded me of early Kobe. I've always said that because of his, I think he takes it personal on the defensive side of the
You know,
ball.
real quick, Alan,
And that grabs.
while I have you, just because every one of you audience members who joins me on these shows, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you. You bring fresh perspectives. Some of you entertain to no end.
Yeah.
And Alan, and I can bounce back and forth with you. Have a conversation. Simon, too, in the chat is saying Kaminga is greater than Jaylen Brown. That's not why I highlight that. You might be right. I would not agree with that sentiment at this point in Kaminga's career. Maybe 2-3 years from now, Kaminga becomes that guy where he is better than Jaylen Brown. But I do want to talk about Jaylen Brown for just a second. Alan, have you seen some of the ridiculousness from this guy this year?
I haven't been able to watch him as much, but I know he has.
I know this is not even basketball related that much, but Jaylen Brown, first of all, like I now have no clue whether his hair is real or not, because he actually rubbed his head on an opposing player's jersey, and all of a sudden there's like black paint everywhere. So it's like, are you spraying some on there? Is it just aesthetics? Are you actually bald and we have no idea? Like, what is going on there for starters? Has he been Carlos boozing us for 2-3 years? I mean, because I thought that was a real hairline there, man. I might have gotten tricked. Again, we're just having fun here. Who cares? It doesn't matter in basketball. It's big picture. But that's not even the main reason why I wanted to talk about Jaylen Brown. There was a play yesterday. It was him. Oh, and I'm trying to remember who the other player was. I think it was against the Celtics. And he just grabbed the dude's junk. If I can find the highlight, I reposted this on my Threads account, and not on my Twitter, but on my Threads. And I posted the video of this, and it pissed off the other guy. It was just so obvious. He just grabbed it. Like, what are you doing out there, bro? Like that is that. There's a line, man. I feel like there's a line that ethically you don't cross, and one of those is grabbing another player's junk. I mean, look, if you're in a fight for your life, you got to do what you got to do. This is basketball. Don't grab other people's junk. And it was like obviously just grabbing it. Not cool.
Not cool at all. Not cool at all. I saw the highlight there. You know, we can't say JK's greater than Brown at the moment. You always got to consider the usage rate. Like Jaylen Brown's able to play way more free than Jonathan Kuminga. So we'll never know who Jonathan Kuminga really is until he has the usage and the freedom to play his full potential, to add every level of his game. So we'll never really know. And again, that's going to come down to probably when he end up leaving, Golden State. So
I'm going to share. By the way, the other player was Josh Hart, and I'll risk the YouTube a DMCA thing. I'll just edit it out if they flag me. Just so folks can see what I'm talking about. This was the junk grab of Jaylen Brown and Josh Hart. A little over the line here. Take a look for yourself. Let me know what you think. Right there. And those pretty good. Two division rivals. Yeah, Josh Hart don't like that for good reason. Right here, watch. Blatant watch. Yeah, just cupping. Borderline pinched it. Just not cool. Not cool.
Why they do that?
Just not cool. Please don't do that, Jaylen Brown. Well, what's going on with you? Come on.
Oh man, I can't go away without speaking on Pods. He played with energy. He was confident, which I liked. And we've seen it over the years where Clay was struggling for a while, and they made sure that they got him in the game early with the first shot. And we saw that tonight where, he took the first shot and it was a design play for Pies, and it really got him going from a confidence standpoint. The kid, man, at the end of the day, he has volatility in his game, and it stems from emotions. And I can see why Steve Kerr, he really tried to, speak highly on the guy, because it just seems like one negative situation will make his entire game fall apart.
Yeah, look, the psychological aspect, and look, this doubles down on the double standard, if I'm making sense, in terms of the fact that how Kerr is treating Podziemski now with the whole delicacy to it, and trying to keep that his psyche. He's treating Podziemski like he has a fragile psyche. And where
That's
was
what it
this with
seems.
Moody and Kaminga? Like why were you not similarly, playing this delicate balance with those two? And thankfully, those two were tough enough to survive it, and they're finally doing fine. But and by the way, Abraham DeLeon, great to hear from you, Abraham. It's been a while. I remember you clearly because you normally have very astute opinions. I don't know where you've been, but Abraham DeLeon saying that GP2 did that to LeBron James a while ago. And I remember that.
Yeah, I think I remember
felt
that.
different. Like it wasn't. I remember it was a junk grab then too, but it didn't feel intentional. Like Jalen.
Yeah. Man.
Anyways.
Yeah. But you know what? I will say this. I will say that with this game that Pods played, he's he played his best game of the season, but defensively he is pedestrian, man. Like, I mean, guys just blow right past him like he's not even there. So I like the thought, and again, someone mentioned this, and I've always believed that Moody should be the starting two.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. I love Moody, but he doesn't get the respect from the officials as a physical defender. And so if you watch Moody, like whenever he gets going, like physically on the defensive side of the ball, he gets quick fouls. I mean, he gets in foul trouble really, really quick. And I think I would love to see him there, but I think whenever he gets the equity as a defender throughout the NBA among officials, I think that's when it'll be a good time to put him in that role and high usage, because I mean the guy is really physical. I mean, Moody is probably the most physical player, and not obviously speaking on Draymond, but Moody is a dog. You know what I mean? He's out there fighting. He's going under screens. I mean, he's on top of the ball all the time. And so I would love to see that. I would love to see him and JK, because at this point, I believe JK and Moody are the best point of attack defenders on the team, and it's by a large margin. I mean, it's not even close. Like, I mean, if you notice, like Draymond was getting blown by, like Draymond is no longer a good point of attack defender. And so, I mean, I think we need Moody and JK to really be managing, the good perimeter, players in the NBA, and especially tomorrow against the Clippers. I mean, like, hey, Kerr, if you listen, this will be a good time to start Moody, because perimeter play is going to be really important, because we have to we're going to have to protect Al Horford as long as he lasts. I mean, he's not going to last that long with Big Zubac. I mean,
we'll see. I have some faith in Al Horford, but Alan, you killed it as always. I agree with you with your sentiments. And just to add to that, to me, if the Warriors are winning a championship this year, Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody will have to play a big part to make that happen. And the Podziemski part of it, again, great night. He's gotten almost universal praise, but he has to be consistent. We've seen games like this before from him. We've seen shooting barrages like this from him.
Yeah.
We've seen games where he dishes it out and facilitates like this. What we don't see is this happening on a night-by-night basis. He had a run last year, what was it, like in February or something like that, where he for a few games and people were starting to go, whoa, like, is this what we're going to get now from Podziemski? And then went, bloop, and it just regressed right back to what we normally see. He needs to be consistent. Great job tonight. Yeah. Do it again.
That type of shooting.
Your win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's not sustainable. That type of shooting is not sustainable.
We'll see. You're right. So far it has not been. And it's the impetus is on him to change that. Yeah. Make it consistent. Make it sustainable. Make this something that we see on a night-by-night basis. And if he does, man, there goes all the criticism. Like, everyone's gonna, and I will say this: if Podziemski can do this on a consistent basis, if this turns into a regular thing, my God, dude, like, who's stopping the Warriors at that point? It's not. I mean, if you're a Warriors fan, you should be rooting for this, because this does nothing but help the Warriors. But again, it just needs to be sustained, just like you said, and that has not been happening so far.
I'll end with this: do you believe that across the league, organizations have fear of Moody or Pods as a spot up corner 3-point shooter.
Oh, Moody, no doubt.
So I would want to have that spacing because
Yeah.
I believe that ability and the fact that Moody can get out and guard, along the perimeter.
Yeah.
That's the best way you can mimic Klay Thompson. Like Moody, he's not going to be Klay, but he can mimic Klay just a little bit in this system. And I think I would rather see that than Pods, because Pods, again, as a backcourt player and defender with Steph Curry, it just put us in bad shape, because I would rather protect Steph, but I don't want to protect both Pods and Steph defensively. It just puts everyone in trouble. It puts JK in problems. If you see Draymond fouled out because it was a pretty much free range to the basket all night. So if you can get some guys out there who can guard the perimeter, JK and Moody, then I think we can protect Draymond and obviously Al Horford in this case from getting in foul trouble. Tomorrow is going to be and they're going to just they're going to destroy him. So we have to see. So I'm hoping that we could stay out of foul trouble. Watch for fouls tomorrow.
Sounds good. Have yourself a great night, Alan. Appreciate you. And I see a few people in the chat complaining about the quality of the stream. I don't see any issues from my end. So I forgive me. I wish I knew what was going on, but usually all the information I have here includes data on the stream quality, and I hope the issues don't. Maybe it was just Alan's feed and I didn't hear it. I don't know. Byron Knox in the chat is asking, when is DeAnthony Melton coming back? Because he will likely be the 2. There's no concrete date. It could be next month. It could be December. It's just going to come down to when Rick Celebrini clears him. And then Seth Curry, November 11th is the rumor date for that. I also see, oh man, it is choppy, static clean. I apologize. It could be my mic. I mean, normally if I have mic issues, though, I see I get warning flags. I please forgive me for that. Let me do one switch here real quick, and that is I'll switch to my. Oh no, there is. No, I'm having. I think it's. I don't know. Well, at least if the good news is if we are having issues, because I guess the Instagram stream I connected that tonight, and apparently we lost that. So something's going on. I don't know what that is though, but hopefully it'll get fixed soon. Please forgive me again. Usually though, if the internet stream falls or the Instagram stream falls, and that is an internet thing, it also could be our host server for the virtual studio. I have no idea. I please forgive me for that. And I do have good internet speeds, so I don't know what's going on. But I'm gonna bring Desiree on in just a second. I don't know what's going on with the internet. Again, everything on mine shows that it's clear, but I mean the fact that a bunch of you are saying the connection sucks, that's not a good sign. Forgive me. Well, let's bring Desiree regardless. Desi, how'd you feel about your boy Potts tonight? You must be feeling good, right? How you doing?
It's a great night. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't expect that. I ain't gonna lie. Like our young time, we give everybody gets 20, so that just shows our ceiling. Honestly, like our ceiling is the best team. If Moody, Pods, and JK could do this consistently, plus getting Melton back, and you already get Horford's contributions, like yeah, our ceiling's the best team. But yeah, consistency is something I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't expect it to be consistent. Like we're gonna get to the law of averages. I mean, Kaminga might be able to get 20 points per game, but like that's it. So we'll see. But this is insane. I'm not gonna lie. But
in a good way.
It was a good game.
Good way. Damn, people are saying it's
Yeah.
glitchy. Like everything looks fine to me here. My like one of my tests for my internet connection is my TV. Like my TV runs off my internet, and if the TV's running fine, it's not an internet issue on my end. Do I sound bad to you too, Desi?
Nah, you sound normal to me. Yeah, you sound perfect to me. I ain't gonna lie.
Interesting. Well, I'm gonna switch one other test. So now I'm on my my computer mic, which I know sounds different.
This sounds worse.
It sounds worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have there are a couple people in the chat though that say that the quality sucks.
Let
me switch back. Now I'm back to my microphone. I've always been saying it sucks. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. Forgive me for that. The good news is an hour and a half. Anyway, go ahead, Desi. Any final thoughts? Anything you want to share?
Yeah, so I go like Alan Day. I agree with he was Alan Day was cooking when he was talking about the starting five. And if Moody can consistently play like this, he has to be the person who plug in. I mean, are we starting Horford is a question, but if we start Horford, yeah, we can.
I don't think he starts. My guess is, Desi, that what we've seen with Horford this season is the plan, because you want to keep his minutes low. If you start him, those are automatically 5 of the 20 minutes just off the books. And I think Steve Kerr's enamored with the idea of limited first half minutes, save the bulk of them for the second half. So you play, let's say, Horford 7-8 minutes in your first half. Now you have him for 12, 13, 14 in the second half. In that OT game that he played, I think he logged 29 minutes, which is far more than what you expect. But the good news is, if the Warriors go to overtime, Horford will be available for you. So that Horford will not start games. You'll likely go with the small ball lineup where the four of the 5 seem pretty much set, no matter what, which is Steph, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, Jonathan Kuminga. And then the 5th can be Podziemski. The 5th can be Moody. Something tells me Podziemski's going to be the guy again, but who knows?
Honestly, it should be Moody. If Moody can consistently play like this, it should be Moody, because our defense would be able.
Where are you, by the way? I hear all this noise behind you.
Yeah, it's just there's some people here. It's a
are you at a party?
Nah, it's just friends.
Yes, and now it went away because you muted yourself. Anyways, something tells me, because everything here with the internet is fine, so something tells me it's the company I use to stream this whole operation, like the virtual studio. I think it's them that's screwing up, because again, my TV's working, my phone is connected, my computer is connected. I see no error messages. I'm pretty good with troubleshooting, and yeah, I don't know what's going on. Des, are you still with me? Any final thoughts?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this Clippers game will be an actual test. We'll see how good we are, because the Clippers, I feel like they're like a top 3 team in the West, so that'll be a good test, and we're gonna actually have a good defense.
Huge test,
and it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a good test for our defense, because they got some shooters out there. They got Kawhi, they got Harden, they got Beal too, Chris Paul, and that's a good team. I ain't gonna lie. So that's gonna be good.
Yeah, and the Bradley Beal part of it that stuck out to me when the Warriors and Clippers played in the preseason. Man, Beal looked like a very good fit for that team. It is going to be a great test. You're absolutely right on that. I'm glad the game's at home. And again, the Clippers favored by 1 point. So if you're going to bet on the game, I take that Warriors money line, which is even money. So yeah.
Yeah, Steph really didn't have to do it a lot today. So I expect Steph to go crazy tomorrow.
And that too, exactly. All your veterans,
really good.
Draymond looked like he was going pretty full steam there, but Jimmy and Steph looked like they're kind of just cruising in 4th gear, saving that 5th gear for the Clippers game tomorrow night. Well, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I guess we're having technical issues, even though everything looks fine on my end. Desi, I appreciate you. Any final thoughts? I don't want to waste your time. Is there anything else you wanted to get off your chest before?
But I'm
read off your notes and then start to wrap it up.
Yeah, last thing I gotta say is, like, this is the formula. I'm gonna lie. Like, go 2-1, 3-1 in the week. Just keep doing this and keep having weeks like this, and just keep winning. This is the formula to get 50 wins, 60 wins, get those actual good seeds, and be comfortable. So we'll see how this Warriors team is. And, yeah, the Warriors just showed there's levels to it. So, yeah, they're way better than the Grizzlies, just without Horford or everybody. So, yeah.
Do you want to, I want to play some sound from Moses Moody. Do you want to stick around for that?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
All right. Here's Moses Moody. This is courtesy of 95.7 The Game, which means turn the volume up on your devices because everything they upload comes from cell phone audio. And Moody was asked about Kaminga, his draft class teammate, similar to what I brought up with him on Media Day when I had a chance to ask him a question or two. And here's Moody. Again, he had 20 points tonight, his second game of the season. The three-point shot was falling for Moody. He went 5 of 7 from deep. And here is the fifth-year guard forward, whatever position he plays. It depends on the night. Talking about his teammate and his own performance following tonight's 131-118 win. But the Warriors to improve to 3-1 on the year. Here is Moses Moody.
To my knowledge, that being said, like you've seen kind of the metamorphosis of his time as a Warrior, and then you see what you may have heard. Steve Kerr, actually, Coach Kerr said today that he's found his place on this team. Kind of just watching that process, what did that look like from your perspective? Like, what has he found that has helped him find his place?
Good question. I've seen JK go through a journey, kind of grew up together in this NBA world. We played together in high school and everything. So seeing him really figure things out off the court too, like just mentality-wise and being able to be okay with different situations, really impressive to me to see him. Like this summer was cool for just when whatever the drama was, but him getting here and the attitude, the energy that he had, even when stuff wasn't going his way, the person that he was able to be, the way he played on the court, it's just maturity is what it seems like. And when you do the right thing, things usually go your way. So it's cool to see.
And by the way, I just checked it out, the live version. It is choppy. I don't know what's going on. My guess would be it's either YouTube or it's the company that hosts our virtual studio. Because again, if you folks do not notice anything when I'm switching my mic, no, it's not a mic issue because Moses Moody was even cutting in and out. Someone said restart, but if I restart, the show's over. It's going to end. So I don't know what's going on. Please forgive me for that. But yeah, apparently we're having some issues, and it could be our StreamYard studio as well. The company that I use to host this, they could be having problems tonight. Also, I don't know what's going on, but apologies for that. Desi, anything you want to add before we go?
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this goes. And the Thunder, that's our goal, honestly. November 11th, that's the game I'm marking down. We have Bucks and Pacers after the Clippers game, and we have to win those. Like, that has to be a win. 2 road games, and I feel like we got to get those wins. And then OKC, how we stack up to OKC is the thing, because they're 4-0, and we'll see. But, like, we'll see how size affects us. Because without Horford, we have really no rebounding and no size, and we see the drawbacks to Trace and what's it called, Post, because Post defensively is bad, but he's our only spacer, and Trace is kind of bad offensively, but he's good defensively. So, like, it's like if you could combine them, like, you would actually get a good defensive player, but, like, it's bad. So we'll see.
All right,
we'll
brother. Does he have a great night? And to the audience, I apologize for the technical issues. I do hear it. And the fact that even Desi's connection was skipping like that tells me it's either YouTube or it's my virtual studio. And if that's the case, there's nothing I could do. In all likelihood, restarting it would not fix it either. And if it does, I mean, look, we've already been going an hour and a half. I'm going to keep going just because there is a possibility that the recorded version of this might end up fine. So I'm just going to keep going regardless. If the glitchiness drives you crazy, I get it. And if we lose you, I understand. Thanks for at least going this long with the program. And Ken, I see you in the chat. Ken, I'll bring you on real fast just because why not? What's on your mind?
Hey, Sai, can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool. Hold on, let me I can hear you like double on my phone. I don't know why.
Because
Anyways,
you have the show turned up too. Is the
oh,
other
you know
audio down on the
why?
show?
I have it on the because I have it on the YouTube as well. Okay, I shut that off. Okay, cool. Okay, I wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on the return of NBA on NBC, and like because also the first the debut included the Warriors, and also I believe they're going to be on again on Tuesday. I think they face the Suns, right?
Well, tomorrow is the Clippers. So,
okay.
Are you talking
My
like a
bad.
week from tomorrow?
I'm not sure. I just saw an advertisement. I didn't really pay attention to the date, but I was just so excited for the actual debut. It just brought back childhood memories because I was born in 1980, man. So
Oh shit!
Yeah,
We're almost the same age.
Yeah,
dude, I
yeah,
love
cool,
it.
man.
I absolutely love
Right?
it. I
Don't
think
you love it? Like it made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, and just hearing I don't remember his name, but the announcer, apparently they brought back his voice because he passed away, rest in peace. But they brought back his voice through AI. The guy who used to, welcome back to the NBA on NBC.
Okay,
Yeah,
interesting. I didn't know that.
guy.
Okay.
With the blessing of his family, NBC went and did that instead of getting someone new, just for nostalgia, and I think it's just awesome. I wanted to get your thoughts on it.
Well, and just to add to that, I agree with everything you said there. So far, so good. And I believe the Warriors game will be on NBC tomorrow night, if my information is correct. It's a huge reason why the game's starting at 8 p.m. I love the fact that I haven't had a chance to check out Amazon Prime's coverage yet. I know they debuted, I believe, last Saturday. And
I didn't watch it
with
either.
Adam Silver on the program, and it was really interesting because Adam Silver was put on the spot in regards to this gambling investigation and how the NBA's investigation of Terry Rozier failed, and Adam Silver was put on the spot. I should play that. I'll see if I can find that and play it on the show tonight.
Though I have thoughts about it too, like because of who's in charge of the government and who's in charge of the FBI right now, and is it really legitimate, the charges that are being brought up, and is it because of maybe perceived grievances on the part of I dare say the president, like.
Well, I mean, Ken, look, I don't think it's necessarily far-fetched that the president and his ideology does not match with the NBA's.
Exactly. That's exactly where I was going.
Maybe he's picking on him. You might be right. Yeah,
He probably thinks the entire NBA is just a bunch of DEI hires. And
possibly.
And I'm sorry, I don't mean to go into politics there.
Well, no, it's okay. Well, look, we're not being that political. And look, the Warriors won championships during Trump's first presidency, and I don't think they visited Trump once. Am I correct on that?
I believe you're correct.
So, yeah. And look, we all know how vindictive and borderline petty this guy is. It would not surprise me. It would not surprise me. I'll leave it at that. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Did you see that? What's Amazon Prime's coverage like to you? Have you had a chance to?
I did not get a chance to see it. I just watched. I've seen ESPN's, and I've seen NBC's, and obviously NBC Sports Bay Area. But I really like NBC's coverage. That was really good. It was good to see Reggie. I heard that Kevin Harlan is on the call on Amazon, and I really was upset that I missed that. I guess I could go back and you can watch the replay, but I really like to watch sports live.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I love me some Kevin Harlan. Kevin Harlan and Reggie Miller were one of my highlights of watching basketball on TNT. So,
well, I don't know if you agree with this take, Ken. When I saw the broadcast, I actually thought Jamal Crawford was better than Reggie Miller. What did you think? Is that too out there?
It's not too out there. It's just it depends on what you like, and also like me, I just it's Reggie Miller's Reggie Miller. He's like the standard. But I mean, I can dig some Jamal Crawford. Anybody who's
it surprised me.
Yeah, anyone who knows what they're talking about, it's all good.
Yeah,
Go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
loved it. Look, to me right now, the fact that I'm a little disappointed that it's not a thing yet, and it's largely because of football. But once football's over, the fact that we're going to have 7 days of NBA basketball nationally televised is awesome.
Hell
because
yeah.
I'm not a League Pass subscriber. I have the Warriors. That's my primary focus. I don't have time to watch every game all the time. So League Pass makes no sense, but I do love watching nationally televised games, these big heavyweight matches. And the fact that we're going to get that 7 days a week, sign me up. And I also love the fact that inside the NBA was not messed with from ESPN. That was a huge concern on my part, was whether or not that format was going to be restricted. And thankfully, they're letting those guys do their thing. And I like the balance, dude. NBC's production quality is solid. You also have the Inside the NBA guys on the ESPN network. And so you're kind of getting, entertainment. I like it. I'm happy. That's my take.
Yeah, so far so good for the Inside the NBA. But at the same time, I'm not letting my guard down with ESPN, man. Like, I have a feeling that they're going to do something eventually to mess it up. And also, like, didn't they cut it off early to go to Sports Center, like near the end of the first show or something at the end of the night?
I hope not. I didn't notice that, but I hope that's not the case.
I could have swore because I was watching it and it just went boom.
I did notice it felt like there was a last segment that did feel a little rushed to go to Sports Center. I hope that was not the case though. But
yeah, I'm just afraid.
What did you think about the Warriors game tonight, man?
It was excellent. Excellent.
It was. Do you mind?
Anytime the Warriors win, it's an excellent game.
Do you mind sitting through and reacting with me in terms of some notes that I took down, and then I'll bring Chardall on for the scoreboard?
Oh yeah, sure, man. Hey, man, I don't know if you noticed. So I'm probably on here as Cannabis, right? Yeah. So I'm just Kenneth Contreras.
Ken as your username.
Yeah, but I'm Kenneth Contreras on my PC right now. And that's usually what I go. This is my other ID on my YouTube account. So, but anyways, I'm always commenting on Chardall. I'm like, hey, let Chardall on. And I'm calling him the Golden Glazer, the original Golden Glazer. But yeah, I would love to go on with Chardall. And then
no. Well, no. I'm gonna save Chardall for the end. I mean, I'll bring you two on for together if you want for a second. But maybe for the future. Maybe for the future. I'll tonight, but just sit with me for 1 second. I wrote a lot of notes, and some of these notes I think are pertinent rather. So let me know, Ken, what you think about some of my observations from tonight's game.
No problem.
There was one play. This was about midway through the first quarter, and this was a great sign of things to come for Kaminga for the night, where Kaminga, instead of falling back on a Memphis pick and roll, he stayed up and facilitated a trap. Whereas, like, if you could see the whole court watching the game, like Kaminga could have, and maybe in past years he would have dropped back in coverage, but he was instinctually aware of his teammates, like getting his back, and the whole defense on a string concept. Like, it was in full view for all of us to see. And Kaminga stayed up, doubled up defensively instead of falling back because he knew someone behind him was going to have his back. It resulted in a turnover. Draymond Green got the credit for the steal, but Kaminga was very much in the mix. And then Stephen Curry got a transition 3-pointer. I think Podziemski got the assist for that. My point is Kaminga's maturity defensively and his awareness to know when to attack, when to sag. It's phenomenal, man. Like, we're seeing this maturity right before our eyes, and it's just effing beautiful, dude. So that's one thing I had.
The word. Yeah. That's exact word. From the moment you started talking about it, I was like, he's maturing. He's showing his maturity, and it's beautiful, man. I'm glad that he didn't leave the Warriors. A lot of people were like calling for him to leave, and they need to get rid of him. And you know what? It's just sometimes you I don't know. You just gotta let people, like, I don't know the words for it. I'm not a loss for words, but like, you can't just give up on people. Sometimes you gotta find the environment, the right situation to put them in, so that they can grow and develop and mature. And
is the World
it's
Series still on right
cool.
now? Like Young West in our chat saying it's the top of the 18th. That's crazy if that's true.
Are you kidding me?
That's what he said. I mean, turn on your TV while you're on with me. Let me know let me know if it's still on.
Yeah, I'll switch over.
And here's another note I have. Kaminga at around the 5:30 mark of the first quarter grabbed an offensive board that led to Quinn for a slam dunk. And that stuck out to me too. I had is it the game still on?
Yes, it is top of the 18th with one out, and it is 5-5.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
I think it's Guerrero's up to bat, or is that Klein? Yeah, but Vladimir Guerrero's up to bat. Wow, man,
that is crazy. I love sports. Wasn't today one of those rare sports equinox days where like all four major sports?
That's what I saw on the news today. Sports equinox. Like, what is going on?
That is pretty cool. Real quick, Ken, meet Chardal. Chardal, you're on with Ken right now. Say hello to each other.
Hey Ken,
Chardal, big fan.
Big fan of yours as well, man. How are you doing tonight?
Very good. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Like I told you, very well.
Kenneth is a really great guy. I want to go to a Warriors game with him.
Man, I would love to go to a Warriors game with both of you guys. That would be excellent. We could all get hot dogs and stuff and beers.
Hey, Sai, would you like to come along as well?
Yeah, why not? Let's pick a day and we'll figure it out. Ken, any final thoughts before we go?
No, just go Warriors, man, and I hope we keep winning and maybe we can take a few losses here and there because that's only natural. But man, I just hope we can get Jimmy Butler a ring and also everyone else on the team and also maybe we can see Seth and Steph make some magic together. I would love to see that.
The OG.
I want to see the brothers.
Hey Ken, what's your YouTube or your Instagram or your Twitter? I could follow you.
I'm not on social media, my friend. My YouTube name.
Mentally.
Yes, I am very. Yeah. I have not been on social media. I think I got on Facebook like when it first came out and immediately figured out that it's not for me. And so the only thing I think I'm on is Reddit right now and YouTube.
Cool.
I believe that's about it.
So what were your thoughts on Kuminga, Moody, and Podziemski combined for 68 points today? I mean, they killed
Moody.
it.
Moody was just
Moody is a different player, man. Every time Moody comes on the court, he's a different player. You can't. That guy's.
It's growth.
That guy's
I love to see growth.
Golden Days. That guy's a man child.
Matthew McConaughey movie Dazed and Confused.
Moody's a man child.
Say the line.
No, Moody is a man child.
In reference to the Matthew McConaughey movie
because he's a freaking monster on the court. I mean,
yeah, he is. Ken, have a great night, brother. It was really nice.
What can you do?
You too, Cyrus.
And we should go to a Warriors game, all three of us.
All right, Chardal. Have a great night, Chardal. You too, Cyrus. Have a good night, guys.
See you, my guy.
Chardal, I'm going to give me 1 second here. I'll bring you right back. Just give me 1 second. I want to get through these notes real quick. Just their observations and why not. In the first quarter, I saw Moses Moody provide tremendous help defense for Stephen Curry. He blocked a three-point shot. I want to acknowledge that. Moses Moody's defense tonight was absolutely fantastic. The Warriors bench was not fantastic in the first half. If you look at the net rating, for example, the main reason why the Memphis Grizzlies were even in this game at the end of the first half, the score after two quarters was 65-61. The Warriors only led by 4, and a huge reason for that was the backups. GP2, yes, he played tonight. He actually did okay. Moses Moody, Trace Jackson Davis, their net rating was not good, and this is an example of where you could actually look at the box score and the net rating to figure out which lineups are causing issues and which lineups are being productive. So the bench is the only reason in the first half. Second half, they did great, but that's the reason why this was not a blowout right from the get-go, is because the bench had a hard time getting it going. Brandin Podziemski, who I've been doing nothing but praising tonight on the show, did have a couple of moments that were a little sussy. One of those being at the beginning of the second quarter, And for a point guard to do this, borderline unacceptable. It is unacceptable. It's not borderline. He picked up his dribble early in the shot clock. All right. I don't know if the team's going to have time to watch film, given it's a back-to-back. So I don't know if they'll ever revisit this. But if they do watch film, I hope Steve Kerr lays into Podziemski for that. You cannot. That is something you learn in grammar school, not to pick up your dribble, period. But especially when you have a shot clock and you're early in it. Pass the ball before you pick up your dribble. You put yourself in such a disadvantage by doing so. And Podziemski did do that. Now, let me see what else I have here real fast. I don't know, maybe this is just, I think all the rest of this, though, actually covered. Oh, and there was one, I wrote this in my notes, and I don't know if it's worth discussing, but the pace of the game is picking up. Portland was frenetic. They blew the Warriors literally out of the arena. They were so fast. And Bob Fitzgerald made a reference to this, I believe in the first half, in the second quarter, about the fact that the Warriors, their substitution patterns are far faster and far more frequent. I know we're only 4 games in, but so this is a very early season observation. But welcome to the NBA, where every team is deep, where more and more athleticism is entering the game, and you're going to see, as a result of this frenetic pace of play, frenetic substitutions as well. Good news is the Warriors are very deep, and they're going to be able to handle that. Okay. Oh, and one last thing, and then I'm done being negative about Podziemski because he did have a great night tonight. The free throw shooting has to improve. Brandin Podziemski in this game was 2 of 4 shooting from the free throw line. That's 50%. Brandin Podziemski on the season from the free throw line. And forgive me, I'm done criticizing pods. But I do think I'm being fair. I don't think I pick on this guy. Unlike a lot of people, I don't think like he should be traded or kicked off the team. I just he has to improve in some aspects. And when it comes to free throw shooting, a lot of people gave Jonathan Kuminga a lot of shit for this exact topic. So just be balanced in your criticism out there, folks. Brandin Podziemski on the year is shooting 66.7% from the free throw line. That has to get better, period. I mean, he is a career 70% free throw shooter. So it isn't just Jonathan Kuminga who needs to be better from the free throw line, if you will. And those are my notes, and I'm done. And Armando's adding in the chat, welcome back from Vegas, saying that the NBA is turning into hockey substitutions. We got Sharia in the chat. Good to see you again, Rockstar.
Hi.
How are you doing? What's your
Doing well.
Yeah, go for it. Floor is yours. I'm going to shut up.
I think, honestly, with Brandon, I think what happened to him is he made that comment about wanting the keys, basically, like wanting the vets to kind of trust him. And I think when he does that, he put a spotlight on himself. If he'd have stayed low key and continued working and continued pushing forward, he put the pressure on him. Do you see what I'm saying? Had he not said anything, it's the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
I know he's excited, but I think if he would have just stayed low key and not said that, he wouldn't have rattled himself. I think he did it to him.
Good observation. Yeah.
It happens a lot. Sometimes you can be super excited and just full of energy to get something done and just happy for, in this case, happy for the season to start. But I think he kind of talked a little too much.
Armando, by the way, bringing up the fact that you are in New Jersey. It is late. It is 11:42 p.m. here. Are you a night owl? Are you a natural vampire? Or is it Warriors basketball keeping you up?
Both. It's
Okay.
both. It's
All right,
both.
gotcha.
And I wait for the show to come on. So I'm it gets late, but it's fine. I can sleep tomorrow.
Well, Sharia, let's do this because I've been going for nearly 2 hours and I do want to wrap it up. So short and sweet appearance for me this time, but let's touch on something we haven't discussed, and that is tomorrow's Warriors Clippers game. And there's not going to be time for a preview or nothing like that because we're right back at this tomorrow. So I want to look at the Clippers real quick, and even before I do that, what's your immediate reaction to the Warriors and Clippers tomorrow night? 8 p.m. tip, meaning 11 p.m. tip where you're from, which is insane. Your thoughts?
I think it's going to be a battle, but I do think that we could do it. I don't see why not. Al Horford didn't play today. He should be rested. He's had a few days of rest. I do think that we do need Guy. Like you said earlier, we need more of him. I like because outside of Al Horford, who do we have? We have Draymond, but he likes to get a little excited, and we don't want to risk that. So I think implementing Guy more will help us. He has a lot of heart. He has a lot of hustle. He can shoot the three. I mean, why not? I mean, it's early in the season. I mean, this is the time to start trying things out. I mean, I don't want to wait until after Christmas or after February to start trying to push Guy in. I think we should start him early. He definitely has it. We've seen it. We all know it, So why not? I mean, I think I like Trace, but I feel like when Clay left, he kind of lost his spark because if you remember, they had that chemistry going. He was throwing him a lot of lobs. And now you don't have Chris Paul. There goes the lobs, So I think that's his issue. He doesn't have any chemistry with anybody. But I think if they played him even a little more, he would get in rhythm. When you don't play somebody, they're going to be out of rhythm, and then the media tears them down. And it's almost like it's common sense. If you're not getting reps in, what do you think is going to happen?
Yes, miss. Yes, miss.
And I will say this before you go. With Jonathan Kuminga, we all know he's been good. He's been good. He's shown that for the past 3 years. He's been good. I think what's happened is it's just someone's taken the time to sit down and simplify the game for him. And that's probably Jimmy Butler. And that's all it is. You have different learners. You can sit in a classroom. I remember as a child sitting in the classroom and not being able to get it. And then someone else teach me in a different style. And it happens. And that's all it was. That's what I think. I don't have any proof, but someone's just simplified the game for him. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely right. No, zero pushback. I want to add to this though. The Clippers. This is what the Warriors are going to have to deal with tomorrow night. It's a lot of size. It's a lot of athleticism. The Clippers front line is going to include Kawhi Leonard. We all know about him. Derrick Jones Jr., Ivica Zubac, Nicholas Batum. John Collins was just throwing it down when they played in the preseason. Brooke Lopez, I don't remember seeing him in the preseason matchup, so he's going to be out there. Chris Dunn is always a problem athletically, defensively. I just named off a lot of dudes that have long wingspans, a lot of height, a lot of athleticism, and that's what the Warriors have to be prepared for. Your thoughts?
We beat the Celtics. They had Jason Tatum. They had Brown. They had Porzingis. They had Cornette. They had Derek White. They had Drew Holiday, and we beat them. Sounds
good. There we go. Folks, there's Sharia making us feel good. That take. We'll be in touch. I think I saw you send me a DM. I didn't get a chance to get back to you. We'll talk. Why did it take you 2 hours to join us tonight? What were you doing?
I was watching the chat, and it got a little bumpy and rocky at first. Then I couldn't find the link. And then as more people talked, I wanted to say something, so I was like, let me just. And then it was choppy, and then it stopped being choppy. So I was like, let me call.
I don't know what happened there. I'm guessing it was a bigger issue from somebody, but I'm glad you joined us. It seems like everything's settled down now. Sharia, you'll always be bumped to first when you jump in.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, and it's always a pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, might see you back tomorrow. We'll never know.
I hope so. We're here. We're here no matter what. So if we see you, it'll be a delight. Thank you.
Okay. Have a lovely evening.
You too, Sharia. Thank you so much. And that's one of our many audience members who's just a gem, who brings nothing but positivity and value to this show. And I am grateful for that. We finish up every episode with the scoreboard. I think Shardal's back. Shardal, you with us?
I'm with you.
All right, good. Where do you go? Like, why do you drop off the stream sometimes? Do you just
my phone was having when I was trying to go on StreamYard and click on the audio when to turn on my mic, something was happening and it wasn't working properly, so I had to close my phone and restart and join back, and everything's working.
All right. Well, we have you now, which is good. Are you ready to go through the scores?
Hi, Sai. I'm a big fan of your YouTube channel. You make some great content and videos on the platform. The Warriors take down the Golden State Warriors take down the Memphis Grizzlies 131-118. It was a great victory for the Dubs. I mean, they took down the Grizzlies. I mean, as a Warriors fan, I don't like the Grizzlies. I'm not a fan of John Morant, Desmond Bain, anybody on that team. When we played them in the playoffs, that was that was so rewarding to take down this team. I mean, like, it's always good. It's always good when you get a win. I mean, it's always a fun thing, and it always sets the right mood for the rest of the night.
Yes, sir. Good take. Elmore 67 in the chat saying, "Here we go again." I think because Chardal, you always light up the show and the audience as our closer. I love it. And side note, Elmore 67. This isn't Steve Elmore, my former college buddy, fraternity brother at Humboldt State University.
So what was
Cal Poly? What's up?
So what were your thoughts on the win tonight? I mean, like, it was a very impressive win. I mean, like, it was Chardal. We've been talking about the game for 2 hours, and I want to get going here. So let's go through the scores. Are you ready for the rest of the association? I'm ready for the rest of the association.
All right. So the Cleveland Cavaliers defeated the Detroit Pistons tonight. Detroit won 116-95. The game was in Detroit. Cleveland improves to 3-1. Detroit falls to 2-2. Davion Mitchell, your top performer with 35 points. Chardal, have you had a chance to watch the Pistons play basketball this year? Because they could be very good, but they also have 2 losses.
I haven't seen the Pistons. I haven't seen how well they are, but they have a lot of great players on the Detroit Pistons. They have Oscar Thompson. They have Cade Cunningham. A lot of great players on the Pistons. I think they're going to be a great team. I think they're going to do really well.
By the way, Young West in the chat saying, where are all the people saying trade Kaminga for Wiggins? Yeah, don't worry about that. That is not happening. Young West, is the World Series still on? Do you know, Chardal?
Yeah, the World Series is still on. It's in the it's in the 18th inning, and it's still 5-5.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, moving on in the association, a lot of games here on Monday, October 27th. This Philadelphia 76ers, a surprisingly strong start to them. 136-124 winners tonight at home, hosting the Orlando Magic. Philly improves to 3-0 on the year. Orlando drops to 1-3. A lot of people were expecting more from the Magic this season, maybe a 50-win type year. But despite Paolo Banchero dropping 32 and 7 boards, it was not enough. Philly, led by Kelly Oubre Jr., 25 points, 10 rebounds. You remember him, Chardal?
I remember Kelly Oubre Jr. I mean, he was great on the Warriors. He was a great player on the Warriors. Brought us some good championships.
No, he didn't win a championship with us, but that's okay. But Tyrese Maxey, 43 points. VJ Edgecombe, early Rookie of the Year candidate, 26 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds in the win for Philly, who's now 3-0. The Chicago Bulls, who like their sausage, they improved to 3-0. Wow. They defeated the Atlanta Hawks at home tonight, 128-123. Nikola Vucevic, who is a player that I think quite a few people are keeping their eye on in terms of a possible buyout candidate for the Warriors at some point this season. Who knows if they'll need him. He led the way for the Bulls with 17 points, 17 rebounds, and 1 assist shy of a triple-double. So, Vooch, would you like to see Vooch on the Warriors, Chardal?
I would love to see Vooch on the Warriors, man. Like, if Vucevic on the Warriors would be such an amazing blockbuster move for our team. I mean, like, we need somebody like him, and he would bring a lot of good stuff to our franchise.
Yeah, and we'll see if the Warriors will need him, right? I mean, at the moment it feels like they do, but who knows? Do you think? Never mind. Moving on. We got a few more games here. The Brooklyn Nets fell. They still are winless on the season. One of the most poorly run organizations in the NBA. They lost to the Houston Rockets, who got their first win of the year tonight. 137-109, the final in Houston. The Rockets improved to 1-2. Brooklyn falls to 0-4. Oofda.
So in the past, I went to New York City. And I passed by the Barclays Center, but I actually never gone inside the Barclays Center and watched the Nets game. But actually we took a tour and then they went by the Barclays Center. Like we took a hop on, hop off tour, which is like it goes all around the city of New York and it stops on every single stop along the way. And Barclays Center was right on that way, and I never actually got to go inside of the arena. I'm like that's like, I think Barclays Center is the second most famous arena after MSG, right? Madison Square Garden.
Well, in New York, yes. Isn't Barclay in Brooklyn?
It's in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Barclays Center.
Well, I don't think you missed much. Anyway, so the Rockets are 1-2, Brooklyn winless. The Boston Celtics got their first win of the season tonight, 122-90 winners over the winless New Orleans Pelicans. Anthony Simons has been a solid pickup for Boston. He scored 25 points and grabbed 6 rebounds in the win there. The San Antonio Spurs, Chardal, they scare me. 121-103 winners tonight at home against the Toronto Raptors. They improved to 4-0. Victor Wembanyama might be your early MVP favorite. 24 points, 15 rebounds in the win. The OKC Thunder are also undefeated. 101-94 winners tonight at Dallas. Chet Holmgren, 18 points, 11 boards in the win. Again, the Thunder are now 4-0, the reigning champs, looking to become the first team to repeat since the Warriors in 2018. The Utah Jazz, 138-134 winners tonight over the Phoenix Suns. Lauri Markkanen, 51 points, 14 rebounds in the win. Devin Booker had 34 points, 10 assists in the loss for Phoenix. The Jazz are 2-1 on the season. 2 more games. The Denver Nuggets improved to 2-1. They win on the road in Minnesota. And Anthony Edwards out with a hamstring injury. Who knows when he's going to come back? Minnesota sorely missing him. Nikola Jokic with a triple-double, 25 points, 19 rebounds, 10 assists. I think he's had 3 straight triple-doubles to start the season. Denver is now 2-1. Minnesota drops to 2-2. And last but not least, and I always love seeing the LA Lakers lose, and the Portland Trailblazers. They're no joke. They beat the Warriors on Friday, and tonight in LA at Crypto, they beat the Lakers 122-108. Drew Holiday has been a fantastic pickup for them so far. 24 points, 6 assists in the win. Austin Reeves putting up big numbers with Luka Doncic out of 41 points and 3 steals in the loss. Portland improves to 2-2. Lakers drop to 2-2. And that's your scoreboard. Chardal, go ahead. I'm sorry.
As a Warriors fan, I think Bronny James is an absolute embarrassment to the NBA, and he should not be playing. He's a Nepo baby, and people are giving him a lot of hate that, you're embarrassing yourself. In the preseason, he was absolute garbage in the preseason for Bronny James. He was awful in the preseason. He was awful. He was terrible in the preseason when he was for the Lakers.
I think it's safe to say he's in the NBA because of Dad. I think that's a safe bet.
But he's a Nepo baby, and people are saying, why is he a Nepo baby? Because his dad plays the NBA, and he's now playing for the NBA, so it's like a son and father type of deal, right?
Yeah, and the chat agrees with you. Look at all this agreement.
Yeah,
Nepotism at its finest.
Bronny James is a Nepo baby because of LeBron.
We got a good take. We got a nice one. People love you, Chardal. They always do.
What were your thoughts on this game? Like, was this like the most impressive win if you would rate this win on how great this win made you feel?
Not most impressive, but it was a beautiful win. It was one of those games, Chardal, where you just never really felt that stressed about it, even when the Warriors trailed at certain points. Would you agree? Like, did you feel like the Warriors were going to lose at any point tonight?
I didn't. I thought as a Warriors fan, I thought that they had this whole game in the books. I mean, they weren't gonna lose this game. There was no way. They're playing the Memphis Grizzlies. Are you kidding me? Most hateful team. They're rivals. The Warriors and Grizzlies is a rivalry.
Yeah. And Ken in the chat saying Wemby be trying to phone home. I love that, made me laugh. The Cree 2010, Chardal, some pushback on your Nepo baby comment saying Nicholas Kerr You almost got me there. Is way worse of a Nepo situation than Bronny James.
I don't agree with that.
Okay.
I highly disagree. I think Bronny is a way worse way worse Nepo situation than Nick Kerr.
Okay.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I think so.
What'd you just say?
I say Bronny James is in a way worse Nepo situation than Nick Kerr.
You just said it again, but it's Nicholas Kerr. Okay, Shardal?
Nicholas Kerr.
Thank you. There you go. Yeah, it's sure.
I know we don't get corrected on the show, but this is the first time I get corrected by you.
Okay, well, I'm trying to protect you is what I'm trying to do. I don't want you know how it sounds, right? When you
Thanks for correcting me.
Of course. Well, I'm just trying to protect you, buddy.
So let me give you my predictions about the Warriors versus Clippers. So I'm going with the Golden State Warriors getting the 145-115 win over the Los Angeles Clippers. Curry's gonna drop 60. And then I'm going with the Golden State Warriors winning over the Milwaukee Bucks 145-142. And I'm going with Butler dropping 50.
I love it.
And I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers getting the win over the New York Giants. They play the New York Giants in MetLife Stadium in New York. I'm going them winning 35-32 on a 61-yard game-winning field goal by Pinheiro.
Are you going to join us tomorrow night, Shardal?
I will join you tonight after the Warriors and Clippers game. Hopefully we get another win. Hopefully you get a win. Hopefully we start this road trip on a good note. We won. It's a home. Tomorrow's a home game, right?
Right.
Yeah. So hopefully we start the home trip on a good note. Hopefully we take down the Clippers tomorrow. I'm a big fan of yours.
Yours.
You're truly the best man in the business. Love all your content.
But you are the man, Shardal.
I truly mean it. Everything I say, I mean it. So
I mean it too. You are amazing.
Everything comes from the heart.
And so with you.
And it makes me emotional when I say that.
Oh, brother, thank you, man.
And I'm about to cry coming on this show.
Oh, no. If you're going to cry, make sure it's happy tears. Well, Shardal, we'll see you tomorrow night. Sounds good?
Yeah, but I feel like crying when I come because I like you so much. That's why I come on your show.
Buddy. But no, you don't have to cry. Look.
Yeah, I'm going to Mendocino with my family on a day trip. We're going to stay in an Airbnb. I'm going to be going with my mom and my dad, my two cousins. My aunt and my uncle, we're all gonna go. It's gonna be 6 of us. We're gonna go there to Mendocino.
Where in Mendocino exactly?
It's the Airbnb. It's like a vacation home.
Do you know what town? Vacation? Like, do you have any clue? Like,
no, just Mendocino. We don't have a town yet.
Oh well, Mendocino has a town. Mendocino is a city as well. So, well, regardless, wherever you end up, I hope it's fun. You know what you might need while you're in Mendocino, though?
What do I need when I'm there?
You might need some warm clothes. You might need a beanie. I'm gonna show you, Shardal. I'm gonna. This is because we're 2 hours 17 minutes into this.
So I'm gonna I'm
comfortable shamelessly plugging. If you go to our YouTube page and click on store, you see all the bag we sell down here.
Viewers, so make sure.
And just one of them. It takes you to a new page. And this is our shop, right? And the holidays are around the corner. And yes, I'm absolutely shamelessly plugging this right now. What do you, dude? I don't like bragging about my own shit, but these hats are fire. I'm gonna wear these hats on the show. I already have the order in, and they're coming soon. And Shardal, we got hoodies. These are like the old school We Believe logos, man. What do you think?
I love that you're bringing those hoodies back.
Hell yeah,
it's bringing a lot of memories back to me. The We Believe logo.
So Shardal, what I'm trying to say, look at all the different colors it comes in. What I'm trying to say here is, you might need some of these clothes for your Mendocino trip.
Can you like, I've been coming on the show and I've been showing so much love and respecting you so much. Maybe you should send me a Warriors hoodie in a black with my name customized with my name on the back.
We can't do the name customization thing, but we can work on sending you a shirt.
So viewers, make sure to click the like button, smash that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell for Psy and Golden Days in reference to the 1993 Matthew McConaughey movie Dazed and Confused. And also subscribe to the SGS Sports Talk channel. I'm at 481 subscribers. I'm on the road to 500. So
what are you at right now? You're 41?
I'm at 481 subscribers, and I'm on the road to 500.
You gained some. Good. You're getting there, buddy.
So if your viewers like my content that I make on my channel, they should go over there and click that like button. It's absolutely free to press that like button and that subscribe button, and you should ring that notification bell as well.
Ken in the chat saying, Shardall, you need to smash that Google Pay button.
What's the Google Pay button?
To buy those clothes. I'll send you something. All right. Shardall, you gotta send me your address for me to send you something back. But
so it was great coming on the show. I wish you the best of luck moving forward. Hopefully you get a lot of celebrity guest listeners. So hopefully you get LJ Cryer on your show.
Yeah,
and get together and get him on there. I'm gonna be I'm gonna stay tuned for that. But I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you tomorrow for the Warriors and Clippers post-game show on Golden Days. Thanks for having me on the show, and I hope you have a great rest of your night, and keep it rocking and rolling, my man.